Hi, I'm Glenn, and if you're looking at this video, you're probably interested in buying an airplane. As a pilot, we all dream about owning our own airplane. Whether we're a private pilot or an ATP with a dozen type ratings and 10,000 hours, the thought always crosses our mind at least once. So, as an ATP with a fair number of type ratings, and also a person who's passionate about general aviation, I bought an airplane. Several years ago, I bought my first airplane, and people told me I was crazy. And they were often other pilots who I worked with because we fly all the time. But you know what? I'll never trade it in for anything. And ironically enough, after I bought my first airplane, those same people started asking me, hey, I'm thinking about it. What should I do? That's why I'm doing this series. This series is to talk to you about not only aircraft ownership, but the lead up to it as well. Do you really need to buy an airplane? Is it better for you to continue renting? The different options available, such as you could do a flight club, which lowers the cost of what it would be for renting, but also it's way less cost than ownership. And we'll talk about the pitfalls and the benefits also of such of an arrangement. Or maybe you want to do a partnership with you and several other pilots. And of course, there's what I do is sole ownership. And we'll talk about all of those through this series. But the most important thing we'll talk about is the why. Why do you need to own an airplane? Why are you here? That is the reason you're here, because you're considering it. The how do you get there? How do you buy the airplane? What's the process? What should I do? And most importantly, which every pilot is dying for, is the what. What aircraft am I going to buy? All of those questions are as unique as fingerprints for every pilot. My situation and the reason I bought an airplane and my plan for it is going to be different from everyone else's out there, guaranteed. But we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to have some fun doing it. You're going to see me taking trips in the airplane, because what's the use of talking about owning an airplane if I don't show you what we do with the airplane? There's going to be times where it's going to be me and my co-pilot, who I doubly call my biological autopilot as well, my son, who we've had fun in the last several years with our plane ownership. It brings smiles to his face. We've done trips. One of the main reasons I bought it was for family purposes. And we'll get into that as we get into the hows. But we'll also get into the elephant in the room, the purchase of an aircraft and the impact it can have on your personal life. I will address this right now, and this goes for both male and female pilots. If you're going to purchase an aircraft, before you really even start the footwork, talk with your significant other. Involve them in the process, because it is just as an important purchase as a home. And it's a significant purchase. And you want to make sure that they're on board with it, that they feel involved, even if they're not pilots, that they feel involved in somehow. Because all jokes aside, when I first looked at buying an aircraft, a lot of the ads I saw did say, wife says it has to go. So you don't want to be in that situation where the airplane becomes the albatross around your neck and the wedge in your relationship. So I'll say that out front. But other than that, we're going to have fun talking about this. We're definitely going to have fun. But right now, before we get into anything, let's go for a flight.